Hello and welcome to a very long and new episode of Nerds of the Round Table. We kind of haven't been around for bloody long time. So this is kind of starting fresh. 2017, we're going to start fresh. This will be kind of our start fresh again. Let's say our first video. We're going to go like this as
I'll reboot.
I'll reboot and kind of see where it goes with.
We'll try and keep these up as frequently as possible.
Yes, because I'm planning, I think the other two might plan as well, maybe to get some sort of card that we can see as many films as possible this year. There's a lot of film coming out this year, there's a lot of TV coming out this year, there's a few games coming out this year. We won't really talk about games today, they will save that for another day. We're going to mainly concentrate on movies today of 2017 and maybe some TV shows that I've got written down here as well. But first of all, we're just going to talk about the year of 2016. It was a bit of a crazy year. For everyone in the world, I'd say. It's been a bit of a mental year. But in regards to films, it has been a peculiar year, really, for films. Like
Hit and misses.
Like, we had another Star Wars, we had a lot of Marvel. You know, basically Disney owning last year with 7 billion. $7 billion. So obviously later on we're going to talk about how Disney basically own Marvel themselves, Pixar and Star Wars now.
And the world.
And basically soon the world, and how DC are going to try and take them on, and will it kind of...
And fail miserably.
Or Warner Brothers more like it.
Warner Brothers,
It's always been that way.
who will kind of win on that front next year, because there are 3 Marvel films coming out next year and 2 DC films coming out next year. So
with an extra Lego Batman.
with another Lego, but with a Lego Batman as well. So in a way 3, if you want to look at it that way. But interesting. I mean, straight off the bat, I'll let you know. I'm joined as usual by my friends Jazz and Tyree, also co-creators of Nerds of the Round Table.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Straight off the bat, we're going to get straight into it. We're going to talk a little bit about 2016, maybe about like 5-10 minutes of it, and then we're going to go straight on to 2017. I think the way we're going to do this is quite cool, actually. I think we'll talk a bit about what our top 10s were of 2016, if you can remember them off the top of your head. Go on Facebook quickly and find out. And we'll talk about that, and we'll have a little bit, and I think we'll pick out certain numbers in which we want to talk a bit more about it and why, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about underrated films of 2016, and then we're going to move straight on to talking about 2017. We're going to talk about the most anticipated films in our opinion. So we've got a top 10 list and we've got 5 honourable mentions. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it in turns, and we're going to do 10 through till 6. So I say, for example, I do 10 through to 6, and then Tyree does 10 through to 6, and so on and so on. And then we do 5 through to 2, and then we save number 1 for the end, and we talk about that, and we talk about the honourable mentions before, after, and then we'll talk a little bit about DC, Marvel, Disney, a little bit about that, and if we have a little bit of time, we'll talk about TV as well. So interesting as well. Straight off the bat, let's get into it. So I'm just gonna have I'll talk about my favourite films if you want. I'll do 10 through to 6, and I might talk about some of them a bit in detail, and then you guys can do your 10 through 6 as well, and see how similar our lists are.
Can I get paper, since I forgot to write mine down?
I think we go 1, 1, 1, and 2, 2, 2, or some shit.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
I'm just copying my list down.
Okay, let's get straight onto it then, without further ado. So, my top 10 list, starting at number 10, a real gem that came out this year that I didn't really know much about. I knew the actors in it, and unfortunately one of the actors this year died. Very young actor, great actor. The film's Green Room. What way to describe Green Room? It is kind of old school, kind of horror, thriller kind of thing, but like really violent at the same time. And it's got a lovely surprise performance by Patrick Stewart, which is...
Is that when is he like a...
He plays a neo-Nazi in it. It's amazing. It's crazy. And it was... can't pronounce his name. It's the guy from Star Trek's last film. Anyone want to help? Anton Yelchin. Yelchin, yeah. Is his last film, one of his last films that he'd done, and it's a great film. It really small budget, but what it delivers from the film, from start to end, with just the tenseness of the film and how violent the film is incredible, and it's all round a good storyline, great script, and I'm looking forward to seeing more from this director. Unfortunately, he won't be working with Anton anymore. I mean, it's a shame. He's a great actor, and you can really see his potential in this film, but the director, I'm looking forward to seeing more from him. What about you guys? What was your number 10, Tyree?
Alright, a lot of my movies are obviously going to be big Hollywood superhero movies, since that's the stuff I'm most interested in. But my number 10 was X-Men Apocalypse. I chose that because I really enjoyed the way these new prequel X-Men films have formed their own stories and their own arcs, and in a way, the younger Magneto and Professor X have formed their own personalities away from the older characters, and I liked the way. Another movie wasn't that too great, but I just liked the way that they continued the conflict and moved the characters on a little bit, and it made me look forward to see what they have next, because now we can enjoy new X-Men films with this new cast. And
Okay.
yeah.
No, interesting. I mean, like, we talked a little bit about the show before the show about what we all thought about X-Men, and we were kind of saying how like obviously First Class is great. It's sort of like a little indie film in a way if you look at it that way. It kind of was a little bit, and then X-Men Days of Future Past came out of nowhere and was absolutely incredible for me. Yeah. And then I mean, don't get me wrong, when I first saw X-Men Apocalypse, I enjoyed it a lot. Like, I liked it at the cinema. There are little bits and bobs you can nick and pick. But no, I see why you've gone for that. It's interesting, yeah. What about you, Jazz?
I was going to put Apocalypse, but I put Doctor Strange as my number 10, just because it must have been hard to follow Civil War, because that was really this huge movie.
Yeah.
They did Avengers better than Avengers 2. And obviously with Doctor Strange, they were introducing a character that people might not be familiar with, and they did it well, but it just seems that I think they could have spent more time on his origin, because it seemed too short, and it just felt like one moment he's not into learning all this stuff, then the next moment he wants to learn it all, and I just thought it was just... as much as I enjoyed it, it wasn't as paced and as well done as you expect from Marvel. Even Ant-Man, they did that a lot better, and I think that's even a shorter runtime. So
that's your number 10, yeah?
That's my number 10.
Okay, jumping straight onto it. My number 9. What to say about number 9? I loved it. I loved it from start to finish. I laughed. It's the chemistry in it is probably I'd say it's the best chemistry of the year, personally, for me. Like, the chemistry between the two are great. Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe, and that's in The Nice Guys. The Nice Guys is... Films like this don't get made nowadays anymore. Like, they just don't. Like, the noir kind of genre just died a little bit, and like the passion behind the chemistry you can see between the director, his project, the actual actors as well is great. Like, because he's even said that if he could make films for the rest of his life with just these two characters, he would. And do you know what? I'd pay to see that every time they release a new Nice Guys. But unfortunately, I mean, that will be on my one of the underrated films of the year, is that not enough people got around to seeing it because they didn't like the idea of it. And like, I mean, it's great. Russell Crowe is back on form. Ryan Gosling's really showing that he has weight, and I mean, he's coming into the award season with like what, 2 films really, like The Nice Guys and that, and he's showing that he is an actor that, you know, he's ready to go against everyone else. He's good
type,
and
he's here to stay.
Exactly. And the script of Nice Guys and the soundtrack is absolutely incredible, and the set pieces is for a while when I first saw it, it was in my top 5, but there's a couple more stuff that has come out after that, and I had more time to think about it, but it is a solid number 9. Tyree, what is your number 9?
Alright, my number 9, and don't judge me, is Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice. And I know it's not the most perfect movie out there, and I know it could have been a hell of a lot better, and I know it was very bloated. But I loved the scale of the film and the style, and the novelty of seeing those two characters on the screen again, together for the first time in non-animated form, which in most Hollywood cases would be very rare, because most studios wouldn't go that far. I liked the film reminds me of a gladiatorial epic with like a gladiator film, and I don't know, there's just something about it that I liked that other people didn't. I can't put my finger on it, but it's just something that I can watch again and again. Something
I'll give you is that the bits where Wonder Woman are on it for the first time on screen fighting, incredible. Yeah. That's why I'm looking forward to Wonder Woman, but I'm also worried for Justice League a little bit.
Yeah, so am I.
Just because
Zack Snyder.
No, I love I like Zack Snyder. Watchmen is one of my favourite films of all time. I just wasn't like I mean, I after our podcast, I decided to rewatch the Batman vs Superman director's cut, and there's bits in it I enjoy. There's still bits like Jesse Eisenberg I hate, and the Martha bit is really, really off-putting. And there's little other bits that are a bit off-putting, like the pacing's a bit all over the place, but
There's a few.
I can see where they're going with the film. I could see there's parts where I'm like, I can see where they're going, but I feel like they've rushed it a little bit. Like, okay, before the Avengers, we had Iron Man 1, 2, and 4, 1, and then Captain America 1,
and
Incredible Hulk as well, and they built it up a little bit. This one, they've kind of just gone straight into it, and I'd understood it if they had done their trilogy for Christian Bale and then their trilogy of Henry Cavill, but they kind of haven't. They kind of just went into it, and it's all right.
I always felt that Man of Steel actually wasn't part of a universe. I thought they were going to do a trilogy, but then it felt like, Warner Brothers saw Man of Steel, it didn't make as much money, and they said, let's build a universe around it, and it just felt rushed.
No,
I understand why they included Batman so early, since we've obviously seen Batman before.
Yeah, we've seen Batman before. I mean, what I will say is that it's
the best part.
It's an all right film. It's not bad enough to be on my worst list, and it's not good enough to be on my best list. But it's in between, because there are bits in it that I really enjoyed, but then there are bits in it where I'm like, why, yeah. We can go back to that on another day. Jazz, we'll go on to your number 9 now.
My number 9 is another superhero film, and it's X-Men Apocalypse. Again, watching it again yesterday, I liked it a lot more than I did when I was in the cinema. I think probably because the hype had tired down and I already had my mind made up. But it just seemed like it was a lot of setup, and all the stuff with Magneto is still... Magneto is always a really good character, especially by Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy as Xavier, but it seems like, especially hyping up Apocalypse as a villain, he was just doing nothing until right at the end, and even then it's that, like we said earlier, it's that the normal Hollywood climax of just lots of explosions and effects.
And there's always something in the sky as well.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't hate it, but obviously it could have been a lot better, so as it goes up, I'm saying a lot better films, so.
What's it with Hollywood and things coming out from the sky?
Yeah, no, I know, it's crazy. Okay, we'll move on very, very quickly. So let's move through these ones quite fast, and we won't talk much about it. We'll start talking around like 7, 6-ish. So number 8 really quickly. I know it's a really peculiar choice, because I know it's not on a lot of people's top 10s list. I know it's in a lot of top worst lists, to be fair, because I know a lot of people thought it was way too crude, way too over the top, but Sausage Pie. Loved Sausage Pie, thought it was great, really funny. Can't really say much about it. And yeah, no, I feel like not every year now, for every year, there's not been a film that I literally laughed all the way through, and I've laughed at Sausage Pie. From start to finish, I laughed and I loved it. So that's just quickly my number 8. Tyree, quickly your number 8?
Quickly, my number 8 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. I chose that because it was the first time in instance when I've seen the filmmakers actually listen to the fans and improved on for the second film. Obviously, the film didn't do as well as it could have done, but they listened and said, alright, move Megan Fox out of the picture a bit and make the Turtles lead characters. They did that. Put characters that we actually know from the cartoons. They did that with Bebop and Rocksteady, and Krang as well, even though he wasn't in it too much. But they still managed to make a fun summer film.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good.
Well.
It was good popcorn kind of film, and I agree with the Rockstead and Bebop thing completely. Jazz, quickly your number 8.
My number 8 is Deadpool. It was fun to see, even though we got Kick-Ass, which is, even in my opinion, a much better R-rated superhero film. It was fun to see them first of all get that character right and introduce him to a mass audience, and it made about 700 million.
Yeah.
So it was fun to see something finally make fun of that superhero genre, and with a superhero making fun of it, and it's just a breath of fresh air really from all the loud, expensive superhero films we got in the past.
Okay, moving on to number 7 quickly. I rewatched this the other day because they put on Netflix, and I literally was like, when I first saw this, I was like, this is my favourite film of the year. It's the best film of the year. But then rethinking it, I rewatched it again the other day, and I was like, oh my god, I really like it. But I've got a list, and I've stuck with it. And okay, number 7 is Sing Street. Sing Street is the most underrated film of the year. The soundtrack is amazing. The acting is amazing. The direction is amazing. The script is amazing. It is literally from here upwards. It's a flawless. Can't even pronounce it. Flawless film. Loved it. Everything about it is great. It's hilarious as well. And it's on Netflix, so I really say to you guys, look, it's about just under 2 hours. If you have time at night, just stick it on and watch it, and you'll love it. And you love the 80s. The soundtrack to it is. Do you know what? It is my favourite soundtrack of the year. I'm looking at my list. It's my favourite soundtrack of the year. It's the best soundtrack of the year, and I'm gonna get it on vinyl. Loved it. Sing Street. Can't recommend it enough.
All right, my numbers. What number is this?
Number 7.
My number 7 is Deadpool. And there's not much to say about this that hadn't been said before, but it's just it perplexes me how they managed to make this film and get it done right without the studio heads saying that you can't do this, you can't do that. It's like the filmmakers stuck to their guts, and Ryan Reynolds said, no, you got to do it this way, and he even put his own money in to make it, and that just goes to show that there's still heart in filmmaking these days.
Definitely.
Even with these superhero movies, there's people care about them that much.
Definitely, I agree. Jazz, your number 7.
My number 7 is Sausage Party.
Oh,
Again, this is like the first time in what must have been since South Park that they've released an adult animated film in cinemas, and the entire went through a really bad summer. We lost our nan, and we were pretty much poor. And as soon as we got money, we went to see it, and it lifted our spirits so much. It was a great end to the summer, and I think Seth Rogen's thinking of doing more adult animated films, which I think could open doors for everyone.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
100%,
sure
yeah.
in the future studios are gonna see this as a.
I agree with you completely, because obviously, like you said, you had a bad summer anyway, but like the film's jobs are kind of to lift you up a little bit, and the fact they did that job, I couldn't agree more. Okay, so quickly moving on to number 6. This is a film I saw on my birthday, and the weird thing is that I didn't know it was this director, but basically I saw the director's one of his first films the couple of days before, and it's called What We Do in the Shadows, and I laughed, and it just shocked me completely, because it's on Netflix, and it's just so bizarre. Like, I didn't think it was going to be that good. I thought it was going to be scary, but it is a little bit scary, but it's great. It's about vampires that but he made another film, and it was out in the cinema, and I saw it on my birthday, and it's called Hunt for the Wilder People. This is the best Sam Neill performance since Jurassic Park. It is so funny. He is so perfect. And the kid in it as well, I could see him winning some Rising Star Awards, to be fair, because he was great in it. Absolutely hilarious in it. Like, great presence on screen, and the comedy in it is not like. It's not like there are stupid bits in it, but it's not really stupid. It's clever as well. And there's a lot of film references in there. And I think, am I right to say that the director of this is going on to make the 4th film?
Was it
Taiki Waititi.
Yeah.
Oh, was it him?
So I he's moving on to bigger things now. But I'm glad that I saw probably one of his last things before he becomes a massive celebrity, because it's amazing, and it's on Netflix now. It hasn't even been released on DVD, I don't think yet.
No.
So give it a watch, because it's great. Okay. That's my number 6. Tyrone, your number 6.
My number 6 is is Doctor Strange, and I chose that because it's just another instance where Marvel Studios can seem to not do any wrong. Even if a lot of their movies have been semi-misses, they still know how to connect with an audience, and they know what their audience wants exactly. And it's just interesting that after Guardians of the Galaxy, and I guess Iron Man as well, who wasn't too famous before he had his movie, they're still taking chances with their lesser-known characters, knowing that people are going to flock to see them and become successes. And it's because of characters like Doctor Strange that gives me hope for Black Panther and a post-Iron Man set of characters.
Okay. No, I will just say now that I haven't seen Doctor Strange yet. That's why you will not see it on my list. So Jazz, your number. We're on 6, aren't we? Number 6, Jazz.
My number 6 is alright. The next 2 are actually animated. This one is Finding Dory. When this film was announced, I was so angry and so pissed off that they were doing one, because Finding Nemo is probably my top Pixar film, because I think it's just perfect. That's when the animation hit its peak. And over time, as I heard more about it and saw trailers, I thought, okay, maybe I'll go give this a watch. And I think it must have been near the end of its run we went to go see it, and my opinion on it was quickly turned around, because I thought it was really good. I thought it was just as good as the first one, and it made me cry. I thought it was really well done, and yeah, I think I've seen it about 4 times already. So
yeah, something I will say is I did like it. I think it was good. The way that they kind of it's sort of the way they take the turn on it is, how parents would deal with someone that has a disability sort of thing. So I thought that was really good on it. I think it's alright. I think I enjoyed it, don't get me wrong, and I think it's a solid film. It's just not as good. I just didn't. There's something when I first saw Finding Nemo that I loved.
Oh, because that was so
I
unique.
didn't get the
idea.
same, but I still loved it. I still loved it. But it's not on my top 10, unfortunately. Okay. What are we on now? Number 5. Number 5. Okay. So I think you guys have already said this film already, but mine's coming up now. Deadpool. Okay.
So it's on all our lists.
I'm gonna have to say this. The trailers were great. The advertising was great, and then so they got all that, and then I was in New York, and they were advertising it in New York, and then I came back and I saw it straight away. But I was on the day that I was gonna go and see it, I was worried because I was like, the advertising's great, the trailers are great. Have they shown everything they have in the trailers? No, they didn't. The film was great, like for such a low budget film, and to show that like a director and actress taking on the producers and the studio to say no, we're doing it our way. Great, loved it. Can't really say
Classic
much more.
Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly, loved it. Can't really say much more about it. Number 5, Tyree.
My number 5 is Finding Dory. And like Jazz, I'm going to agree with Jazz. I was a bit skeptical when the film was announced because I didn't think after Cars 2, which obviously focused on Maya, who's a supporting character, I didn't think we needed to focus on a supporting character again. However, obviously the film changed my opinion once I saw it. It wasn't as strong as the first one. I didn't connect with it as much as I did for the original. But it still shows with Pixar's non-original films, they're still able to bring out creative, good content. And I like the idea that they dealt with Dory's disability in some sort of realistic way when they show her panicking and stuff. And Pixar just always knows to make a good film, except for Cars 2.
And Brave.
And Brave.
And Monsters University.
Yeah, fine.
Number 5, Jazz.
My number 5 was Moana. There's a lot of Disney on here.
Interesting. I haven't seen it yet, so I was...
Okay, well, what did it follow? Zootropolis, right?
Yeah.
Did you like that? Yeah,
I love
I thought it was
Zootropolis.
brilliant.
It was nearly on my list as well. It's fucking annoying. Just quickly, I had loads of films just before my list and I didn't get it. But number 5, Jazz.
Before we were going to see this, I heard it wasn't as good. I heard lots of bad stuff about it. So we went in and me and Ty were the only people in the screening. So, and what I liked, it was such great colours, great animation, and the music was probably one of the best soundtracks of a Disney film since, I don't know.
Don't say it.
Frozen was good, but obviously...
Hercules has a good soundtrack.
Hercules. It's a tough one. It's one of their best soundtracks.
Fucking Lion King, motherfucker.
Beauty and the Beast.
Well, they do bring out lots of good soundtracks.
Yeah, they do.
This is one of their...
Fucking hate Frozen though, but that's another subject.
Well, I liked it, but, it wasn't...
Go on. Okay, so that's your number 5, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, all good. Okay, my number 4, just really quickly. We're gonna speed past these and then we'll talk about number 1 really in a bit more depth. But we're gonna speed past. So I'm gonna do my 4 to 2 quickly. Then you can do your 4 to 2, and then you can do your 4 to 2. And then okay, number 4, Civil War. Love Civil War. Thought it was really great. Just great Marvel film, and that battle on the airport alone just deserves fucking Oscar. Like if there was an Oscar for like fucking best scene or best action scene, that would win any time. Like fuck Michael Bay. Number 3 is a late entry because I saw it literally a day before, like 3 days before I did this list. Hell on High Water. Fucking incredible. Chris Pine plays a completely different character to anything I've ever seen him in. I want him to do more of that and less of all the shit he always does. Except for Star Trek's alright and stuff like that, but like, I want him to do more of this. Ben Foster is such an underrated actor. He needs to do more. He needs to show his talent, and Jeff Bridges is absolutely incredible in it. Number 2 is The Hateful Eight. This is right at the beginning of the year, and this is always going to be in my top 5 because we managed to see it in 70mm.
Yeah, at Odeon.
At Odeon, great experience. We saw the full cut of
We
actually
actually saw it in 2015, actually.
No, it's not 2016.
2016, January, yeah.
Alright,
That's
It
what
came out in America in January. No, it came out in America in December. Christmas Day.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And we got it in January, so that's why it counts as a British list. So that's my number 2, Hateful Eight. Loved it. Everything about it, the whole film was great. I can see why people say it's too long, but I loved it. That's my up to just before number 1. So Terry, we need you to do your 4, 3, 2.
Right, my number 4 is also Disney's Moana. Disney's been on quite a good winning streak ever since Tarzan, since the Renaissance ended in the 90s. And it seems they're on one again, and it shows that even though the world's moved on with these sort of Disney musicals, they're still cranking them out and knowing how to make them for a modern audience. And The Rock has a very nice singing voice.
That's interesting, mate. I'd be pretty interested.
And it's visually stunning as well.
That's
at the
awesome.
same time.
Number 3.
3 was Captain America: Civil War,
Okay, not too far behind me then. Or in front of me.
and it just shows the range of tone that Marvel Studios can make. Like with Ant-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy, which were obviously quite silly. The Captain America movies have always been quite serious and realistic, even though they're quite jokey. They're just I can't say what hasn't been said before about Civil War. It's just one of the best films of the year, and I wish it got like Golden Globes or something.
Awesome, yeah.
Unfortunately, it didn't.
No. Number 2.
My number 2 is Sausage Party.
Wow.
that's high.
Big difference between both of ours. That's interesting.
It got me out of the funk of the summer, and it was the first comedy film in a long time where I was heartily laughing all the way through, especially towards that very bizarre end.
Yeah.
And it shows that some of the most intelligent people on earth are comedians, because they, even on the surface, it can be a silly film about talking sausages. There's obviously lots of
Messages in
there about real world problems.
Completely, yeah.
And I think it's Seth Rogen's best work by far.
Jazz, we want your 4, 3, and 2.
My number 4 is exactly like yours. I chose Captain America: Civil War.
Boom!
I don't think it's just a great superhero film. I think it's a great film in general.
Oh, completely
It was
agree,
it was well directed, and I can't wait for the Russo brothers to take on the Avengers.
Yeah,
because
they're great.
They're going to do it well.
And I'm just going to say I love the little references they keep putting in with the characters from Community. They keep putting them in Captain America films. Fucking perfect.
It's just really well done. People complain, but it was Marvel sort of, with those Captain America films especially, they sort of do take it a bit more seriously, like a thriller.
Yep.
And you really do feel a good connection between Captain America and Iron Man, but also Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
You do feel this sort of strange triangle of...
No, completely.
Yeah.
Number 4?
Yeah.
Number 3, Jazz.
My number 3 is The Greasy Strangler. It's...
I'm just going to say for record, I don't know what this is.
I didn't know what it was until a lecturer showed us the trailer, and I thought it looked shit. But it was produced by Elijah Wood, of all people. And I want to thank him so much, because we put it on the TV and we just started to watch it, and I was planning to turn it off because I wasn't going to continue, but I just sort of wanted to see what was happening, because the jokes that they thought of, and a lot of it is repetitive, but it really does keep you, I wonder if they're going to do this joke.
Can I just ask quickly, what's it about?
It's about a father and son duo who run a disco tour, where they go around their town and saying, this is where the Bee Gees play and stuff. And the son falls in love with this woman, but the dad also falls in love with her, and it's like a power struggle of who can she be in love with.
And the dad is also the Greasy Strangler.
At the same time, the dad goes out every night, covers himself in grease, and strangles people.
That sounds like the weirdest
You
fucking
need to watch
film
it.
I've ever heard.
It's so funny.
Okay, Jazz, we're going to move on really quickly. That was number 3, yeah?
Yeah.
Fucking... Oh, okay. Number 2, Jazz.
My number 2 is Rogue One. And I know, Tyra, you weren't a huge fan, but going into it, it really didn't feel like I was watching a Star Wars film. It felt like I was watching a war film. And it proves that Disney, they didn't just take Star Wars just to make money. They really are going to show that they care about the product and bring out good films.
Yeah. Continuing from your point there, my number 1 is Rogue One. Rogue One is the fucking best thing this year. Fucking Darth Vader, fucking everything. It was amazing. Fucking love Rogue One. Fucking, throughout the film, fucking loved it. I've seen it twice now.
You've seen it twice?
And I want to see it again. But I'm going to go to Odeon Screen Unseen tonight. But fucking awesome. Whole bit of it. Cast, I just can't, I fucking loved it. Awesome. Like, I don't know, that's the exact same feeling I had when I saw Hateful Eight, but then I feel, because I'm a Star Wars fan, this gave me everything I needed, and the cameos in it were great as well, and fucking, yes. What's your number 1, Tyree?
My number 1 is The Greasy Strangler.
Oh, fuck. I don't even know what this is.
Just watch it, please.
It's a film, way unexpected film. It's a film I did not expect.
Promise us you'll watch it when you can.
Oh, god damn.
It's worked as a strange horror film, and it works as a fucking funny comedy as well. And
Sounds so
the
bizarre.
film was written and directed by Jim Hoskins, who wrote ABCs of Death. And his style it's just overly quirky, but it just really works. And the soundtrack is something I have to get on vinyl.
It is a really
So
funny,
good.
yeah.
Okay.
You all have to see that film. You have to see The Greasy Strangler.
Okay, well, I'm gonna. Oh, goddamn. What's your number one, Jazz?
My number one was The Hateful Eight.
Oh, good. Okay, so basically, the way we kind of agree with like top two films because Hateful Eight, I feel like kind of nearly draws a Rogue One. So like,
yeah, it wasn't just the film; it was the experience.
Oh,
of seeing
100%, yeah.
I mean, we watched it again on Blu-ray, and I felt like I was back in the cinema. It was just the music that it's just, yeah.
Kurt Russell's moustache.
It's just
I
Tarantino.
chose to take that off the list because I didn't want it to be obvious.
Awesome.
But everyone knows I love that film.
Yeah, I love it. It's great. Okay. We're gonna really quickly before we move on to 2017. We might do a part 2 of this actually, with the way it looks like it's going. Really quickly, I'm gonna say because you guys didn't. I mean, I suppose you can say Greasy Stranglers, an underrated film. Underrated film for me of the years. Hunt for the Wilder People. Sing the Street, Nice Guys, and one that wasn't on my list, but was nearly on my list, was called War on Everybody. It's from a guy, a director, an Irish director, I think he is. He's made The Guard, which is one of the best films ever made, and he made Calvary, I think it is, and it's a great film. It's got Michael Pino? Is that Pino is in it, and the guy, the big blonde guy from
the guy from Ant-Man.
yeah,
Oh,
the
Pino.
big blonde guy from True Blood's in it as well, and it's a hilarious film. Two cops that are just dirty basically, and they go around fucking people up, and it's really funny. And the technique, the way he does it is he does really dark comedy and makes it like really dark things, but make it really funny, which is great. Even like Michael Pian's character calling his kid like keep calling him fat and taking the piss out of him. It's just so like it's brilliant. It's really good, but they're.
We'll watch that if you watch The Greasy Strangler.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, whatever. Oh god, that film. Okay, and just really quickly, because I've even written a note. My note has a middle finger in it, and it has fuck off or fuck you in it. The worst film of the year, really quickly for me, you guys can say yours if you want to. Fucking Zoolander 2 is the worst piece of shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, oh god, I'd rather just fucking like be stranded in the middle of nowhere and like left with fucking nothing and like watch that shit again. So shit. So fucking bad. Cameos make no sense. Ben Stiller's gone downhill. Owen Wilson's gone downhill in my book. They're just fucking pointless people. And like, I don't know what Will Ferrell was doing in that film, but fuck you as well. I understand why Kristen Wiig was in that film because she's a piece of shit anyway. But fuck this film. Fuck everything about it. Really fucking hurt watching it. Fucking ruined the first one for me. I can't watch the first one anymore without thinking of this film. So it kind of destroyed 2 films for me. So fuck you, Ben Stiller. Basically, worst films,
So
guys.
you didn't like it then?
Nah, fucking shit.
Worst one for me.
Yeah.
We share the same film. Fuck Zoolander 2.
Fuck Zoolander.
That's it.
I mean, I was gonna say Suicide Squad, but yeah, Zoolander 2 is probably the worst film I've seen ever.
Fucking-
The jokes make no. I just can't. It was just
It
disgusting.
tarnished a good film and a good comedian.
Yep.
It was the Good Day to Die Hard of like comedy sequels.
Completely.
It was that bad.
Okay, so we're going to do a part 2 of this. So we're going to end this one now here. And we'll be back just really quickly with a second video, like part 2 it'll be called. And it'll be called the top 10 most anticipated films of 2017.